right, Jen Lewis, the great queen of hoop, Miss Megan Price, allowed me to steal her show and her partners tonight. We have Mr. JJ Jenkins on. What up, JJ?
What's going on? Cannot seem to get this camera to sit down. But
Right?
you know, it's all good. How are you?
I'm well. How are you doing, honey?
I am tired, but it's okay.
Yeah. Has it been a crazy week at work?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just tired because I'm ready for the weekend. I'm ready for to be off.
I feel you on that. And are you up tomorrow? I know Mr. Steve Schwanda down below is, who has muted himself. Steve, you haven't even said anything offensive yet. You're muted. You're muted.
But
I'm
you're still
unmuting.
muted.
Yeah, there you go. Thank
There
God
you go.
for Good Friday. There we go.
Hello,
you beautiful people.
How's your week been, sir?
Hello.
You know, it's been as good as it can be with my kids on spring break with their mom and stepdad. So I haven't seen them for a week, which sucks for me. I know they've had a great time in Florida, and this time of year it's like sports, which is great, right? Like there's just a whole much going on. Like today, you got opening day, you got Sweet 16 games. Like it's just, you know, it's amazing.
Hey,
Hello.
Cool.
Cool in the building. What up, Cool?
Jump on, Cool. Jump
Real
on,
talk.
Denzel Snipes. Just with a little side action there, Mr. Sniper.
Yeah, gee, what's up? Yeah. What's
Right?
Yeah.
So, not much going on in the world of college basketball right now, is there?
Yeah, just absolutely nothing. Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, let's move on to the next topic. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Nope.
Let's talk NFL draft. Just kidding.
Just kidding.
No. We are all in on the March Madness.
We are. I'm not going to lie. Betting just became legal. Gambling became legal in North Carolina.
Oh,
like
boy.
2 days before March Madness kicked in.
Oh, boy.
Oh, then cool. You can't log on, my friend. No, you can't talk and drive at the same time. I know what state you live in.
Yeah, be safe, Cool. Be safe, Cool.
Be safe.
Real talk.
Even though you're an Eagles fan, you're my guy. Be safe.
Eagles fan living in the Carolinas. I mean, that's just ironic. I'm just saying. JJ, you going upside down on us already?
No, my
There he is.
phone's off.
There he is.
I'm getting you a Grambler, my friend.
My phone dropped. Literally.
Literally.
So we wanted to go ahead. So let me ask you this. Who is your sleeper team for men's NCAA to win it all? Sleeper.
You go ahead, Steve.
Okay. Well, obviously we got at this point, obviously we have 16 teams left for both, right?
Mm-hmm.
The men start tonight. The women will start tomorrow. The men will continue, obviously. So I'm going to be a little bit of a homer in one regard, just because I like to shout out people that I know.
Mm-hmm.
And I've known Ty Rogers for a long time at Illinois. If you're saying sleeper, Illinois could make a run. Like, I picked UConn to win the championship.
Okay.
Right.
And I still think UConn will win the championship. But I think Illinois can make a run. Now, the team that I want to make a run, at least a mini run, because I love them, and I don't have my Adam Morrison jersey on, obviously right now, but I love Gonzaga.
I forgot that you feel like Adam Morrison.
Not like. I loved Adam Morrison. He was. So
I agree. Cool.
Quick backstory. In college, me and UNC, UNC's not a dark horse, Cole. Like,
That's true.
sorry. Like, but so me and my roommate in college, like, he loved JJ Redick, and I loved Adam Morrison. We're going back. We're going back a ways, right?
Yeah.
So I bought a Gonzaga Adam Morrison jersey. He bought a Duke JJ Redick jersey. Now at the time it was just a Gonzaga 3 jersey and a Duke 4 jersey because that was before NIL, so you could have their name on the back, but that's neither here nor there.
Okay.
But yeah, and when that stuff all went down, like, I understood the whole premise. When the NIL thing went down, I understood the whole premise because, like, why, Oh, okay. So cool. You're saying UNC wins the whole thing. Okay. I got you. Okay. But yeah, when you say the whole thing of, the whole premise of it, it's very different, right? And
right.
Like, and I'm sorry, like, there's been some good guys games, but I'm really just looking forward to the women's Sweet 16 because the women's Sweet 16 is going to be amazing, and we're going to talk about that in a second.
We are.
Yeah, so I'll do it really very after I talk too long. So let me do it really quick. Men's Sweet 16: Zona, Illinois, UConn, UNC, Marquette, Gonzaga. I hope.
Yeah.
Duke. I hope. Tennessee. I hope, and then we go from there. Go ahead.
All right. Who is your sleeper team for men's, JJ?
NC State. I've seen this type of momentum built up before in college basketball. When teams have won their conference tournament, they get into the tournament. They're already at a level that they are supposed to be on, and they've just been game ready. I've seen it with Kemba Walker and UConn. I keep mentioning it, of course, with Michigan. They lost, but they got all the way there. I just think this team they don't care who's in front of them. They just know live or die. We've been living and dying these last 2 months. Let's just go out there. I think they're a very dangerous team that you want to come across. And for a team like Houston and other teams in their bracket who have been known to choke, I think they have a really good shot of making the Final Four. It's not guaranteed that they're going to go all the way, but I think they can be 11th seed in the Final Four just because of how they're playing. They are very in tune with who they are, and they are coming out and beating teams that really are, quote-unquote, more talented than they are. I have NC State, which I'm not mad about because, Kai went there, and I be seeing all her posts all the time.
Right. So, and I think you've seen my comments in, like, some of the group chats we're in. I'm a Heels girl. I'm a recovering Duke fan, but I was a Duke fan just to piss off my brother when I was little, okay? So, and he's here now. He probably just heard me say that. But I always had respect for Dean Smith. So keep that in mind. However, I still think UNC could win it all, but I do think NC State will give them the biggest run for their money. I truly do. I think NC State, I technically have seen it, but I don't really remember it. But, like, when you're looking at the numbers, it's a Jimmy V year. It's 1984 all over again with the momentum and with everything they're doing. My grandfather, I had to call my cousin last weekend because I've been thinking about him. Then I walked into the NC State one last weekend and the weekend before and the ACC title game. And so then I walked into a convenience store and they were playing 80s hairband. So I had to call him. We were talking because, like, our whole family's Heels except for my grandfather, who was a huge State fan. And I was like, we were bad that Carolina lost. We were like, well, Granddad's smiling down. He's happy. Go, Steve.
Yeah. No, You're absolutely right. Which is what makes Oh, Jay's is back. Hold on. Oh,
I'm here.
is he gone? Okay, he's still there. Okay, but yeah, that's that's where we're at, right?
Yeah.
A few years ago, not even a few, multiple years ago, when you went into a tournament, you pretty much knew the 2 or 3 or 4 teams at most.
You had your 8 that were always going to be in the Elite 8.
Yeah.
Kansas, UCLA back in the 80s, UNC, Duke, Wake at one point. Wake's been gone so
Tim
long.
Beckham was there, or when Chris Paul was there. Yeah. I feel the men's tournament, it's almost like you're
Bye, JJ.
You're getting better odds for wanting someone else, right? But the other odds are still good, but if they're not going to come up, you're like, well, it's worth me exploring other odds. But and here we go. We got JJ. We can be saved. We can be saved by this segment. JJ's here.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm really excited because honestly, I said this on a podcast I was a guest on earlier tonight. Honestly, there's only one person who has ever loved UNC more than Armando Bacot, and that was Dean Smith. I'm just saying. So I hope, because this is Armando's last year, and when I've been fortunate enough at the ACC tip-off to meet him, he's just an elite guy all the way around. Just a consummate pro, very nice, very well-rounded, always very sweet to me. Last year, my first year there, he actually made sure my questions were answered. So I do hope that UNC wins it for him. I'm not going to lie.
You're needed for a minute.
Okay. But okay, Alton, I'm hosting a show right now.
I know you are.
Okay. JJ, Steve, can y'all take it over for a second and I'll be right back? I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay. Keep talking men's, then we'll come back and talk a little Caitlin and a little woman.
Can we talk amongst ourselves? JJ, we can talk amongst ourselves. That's fucking crazy.
So we have to talk about first, what are we drinking? Because I am definitely enjoying me some watermelon Ciroc and apple juice and ginger ale.
I mean, I got some Miller Lite. I got some shots, but I mean, the problem is I can't, grab another drink without leaving this station. I don't want to, make for bad television / podcasting.
Not at all. But it's a good night. Like I said.
Wait, hold on. I think I can. Hold on. Hold on. Nope. Hold on. Laptop still got power. We're good. Hold on. We're going on a little. We're going on a little journey, JJ. Let's go.
Let's do this. But I will say,
let's go.
In terms of the college basketball tournament, though, I actually, both sides have been fun. Both sides actually have been fun. I'm very excited to see what this NC State team does, what Shaka Smart and Marquette is going to do. Creighton's looking pretty good. And then the favorite is playing tonight in the men's. UConn is the favorite.
Yes.
And, which is so interesting because I remember Dan Hurley before he got to UConn. And he was a really good coach. In his first year, they went 25 and 15 or something, or 25 and 12, something like that. But I remember watching one of their games, and they said that his players bought into him immediately because he didn't try to change them. He tried to learn them and adapt to his style to their style.
Yes. All right, so a couple things. Number one, if a good coach, I always love that question, right? Like, as somebody who has coached, and obviously not high major D1 or NBA or whatever, but like I always love like, what's your coaching philosophy, right? Like, well, yeah, I know what I want to do, right? Like if I'm coaching, I want to play, half court, deny, help side, man-to-man defense, and play 4 out, 1 in, motion offense, blah, blah, blah. I have sets, I have this, I have that. But like, if you don't have the players for it, then you don't do it. Like a good coach changes their philosophy for, who they have, right? Now, I think the thing about that is like, and again, the women's tournament doesn't start till tomorrow, right? But we could argue, and I'm sorry, she's not here. So JJ, let's just take over this show, right? Like,
I'm sorry.
Now she's here.
I'm sorry, y'all. We had a water leak. We have a major water leak, and my brother knows how to do this.
I'm sorry for that.
No, I don't care. I feel bad.
I was just talking about how crazy the women's Sweet 16 matchups are.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Like, imagine, like, Mackenzie Holmes was hurt for a little bit. Now she's back. But, like, we got South Carolina, Indiana.
Yeah.
We have Oregon State and, wait, who does their Oregon State play? Oh, Notre Dame. We have Oregon State and Notre Dame. Then we have Texas and Gonzaga.
Mm-hmm.
We have Iowa and Colorado. We have, UCLA playing. We have, Baylor playing against, we got UConn playing against Duke. Like it's crazy. Like,
and right now we have St. Joseph's and Villanova and Illinois and Tulsa.
Right.
It's honestly crazy. I'm excited about South Carolina. I know, it's because I'm a Carolina girl, I guess. I don't know. But, props out to Caitlin. But, like, I freaking love Dawn Staley. Like, she's just a class act. Or appears to be a class act.
A class act.
Yes, Steve Schwanda.
Sorry.
That young lady sitting in Bristol.
JJ, do you know that reference?
I do.
From the league?
Uh-huh. I do.
Yep. Thank you.
I will say that young lady in Bristol, Connecticut is looking really good right now.
She is.
And they
That's Will Vogel's girl. Those are Will Vogel's girls.
And you can't underestimate their coach. So it's like UConn is a team to watch now. UConn is a team that's been away for a couple years because they've been injured or whatever. But Paige is looking really good. Paige is looking fantastic. And
that's your boo, though. Paige is your boo thing.
No, that was Will's. Paige. I love Paige.
I think you like Paige a lot too.
No, I do. I do like Paige.
Oh,
I like her. I like her game. I like
hold on. This is what needs to stop. Okay. There's nothing to not like about Paige. There's nothing to not like about Paige.
Right.
There's also nothing to like about Juju. There's nothing a lot. And I've seen it on Twitter, probably on Facebook too. All the hate messages about Caitlin, which again, you literally Steph Curry, LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson. If you want to line up every great player that has ever played,
Lamar Jackson, You hate what you can't replicate.
If you want to pull up something, you can pull up something. Like,
Hi, Demon.
just enjoy it. Just enjoy it. You know, like now we're in the point. Like, oh, and I've seen the post. Oh, Caitlin Clark's a terrible role model for girls and women moving up in basketball because she swore and threw a ball off her head. I was like, meanwhile, in the NBA, like, shut the
Draymond Green has his 8th ejection of the season.
Shut the
I mean,
like just terrible.
But here's the thing.
And also,
you're gonna have haters for whomever you can't replicate. You have people hating on Take Britney Spears for once swearing on stage. I mean,
and Jen, you know this. Jen, you know this. JJ, you definitely know this. You both know this. If you're in that bag, you don't share the message of her signing 90 autographs of little girls after the game.
Right.
Like you don't share that because that's not important to your narrative. Like,
well, exactly. And here's the thing, and
terrible.
Angel Reese gets just as much heat. And that's
same effing thing. And people and I'm sorry, I can't really comment on this. JJ, you can, because obviously you are African American. But like, to me, it has no difference to white, black, brown, gray, blue, red, whatever. It's just people hating a female being successful, right? But
Steve, some men even hate women even talking about sports.
Yep, I've seen many messages about that. But that would be a whole other post. But to JJ's point, because I know he's seen it. I know he's seen it. And I'm asking him directly, how do you handle that? And where you just leave it alone because they're stupid, or when you want to just freaking chime in?
I mean, everybody's different. Everybody approaches it in a different way. Everybody has different circumstances. Everybody has different experiences that have happened in situations. So how I've handled it probably is a little bit different from how Angel probably handles it. To be honest with you, Angel went to St. Francis. And if you've been to Baltimore and you've been to where St. Francis is, there's not a lot that can scare this girl. There's not a lot that this girl has not seen. There's not a lot that this girl has not experienced. There's not a lot this girl has not heard from people. And to be very honest with you, she's heard that type of information. Calling that stuff out the name, for me personally, I wouldn't care. Because at the end of the day, I'm not going to respond to ignorance. But with her, she's probably sitting here looking back like, this world is crazy. Like, I really am just a reserved girl and just relaxed. But here's all this stuff about me just because I'm not saying anything. And so when they go that route with her, when they talk about, the ties between racial and stuff like that, she talked about it. She and Caitlin have been going back and forth since high school. It's never anything that's between them. Now, I will say this. Her and Caitlin's battle is a lot different between her and South Carolina. And so there's a reason why I don't trip on her and Caitlin going back and forth, because she said it on the Pivot podcast. Caitlin and her have been going back at each other for years. She loves people like that because that's great baller. Caitlin does not.
They're cool.
Right. They are.
Cool.
And so at the end of the day, when
they have both said that they're cool with each other. So like,
they're ballers. They've been doing AAU with each other. So when somebody says, she'd just be like, no, Angel is a really reserved girl. She is not somebody that likes to be in the spotlight. all of this that's happening to her right now is probably overwhelming the heck out of her. And, at the end of the day, she's just doing the best she can. But where she feels most at home is on the basketball court, which is where she could be herself. And real talk, she just talks trash on the basketball court. Now, granted, I got you. Now, granted, sometimes bullies come across another bully. And that other bully kind of shows them that, hey, you're big, but I'm bigger. And so for them right now, it is clearly South Carolina. But on the other scale with the LSU squad, I actually think, they are very talented. They just, you are the hunted, but it is, in my opinion, it is still, for me, South Carolina, just because just how they're set up.
Right. And my thing is, like, at the end of the day, Caitlin and Angel have a lot of respect for each other. They're just on opposite teams, but like you said, they've been playing against each other since they were how old? 6, 7, 8? Like, legit, their entire lives. So there's probably some kind of friendship there too, even if it's not like besties. But what I personally loved was a couple of weeks ago when Angel had to pull her coach from pull her to the side to stop her from getting attacked. It was like, see, that's a class act. And that's not getting a lot of press. I don't know.
If anything ever went down between Angel and Caitlin, it would have went down far before when they got into national spotlight. If you're that much of a competitor, it would have happened when they were younger and they duked it out or figured it out. And now they see like, oh, okay, she's only like this because she's the same way as me. She wants to win. That's it.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, that's not what they want to hear, right? They don't want to know that Caitlin and Angel are actually friends. They don't want to hear that because they don't want to hear that because, and they get
again. Duke and Carolina players are friends.
No, I understand that. This is truth. This is the only thing I'll give women's basketball. You should understand that you weren't in the topic before now, right?
Yeah.
And I love Caitlin Clark. I have an autographed Caitlin Clark jersey in my living room. It has a lot to do with her. It's not all to do with her. It does not all have to do with her, right? But like, understand that there's that thing, but like, there's other things too. And again, if I'll keep this very simple. If you love basketball, you love women's basketball. If you don't, because it's the same thing. You love basketball, you love basketball. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Paragraph.
Yeah. No, quick question. We got a couple of games that are about to be ending soon. Put your cell phones away, Steve. Who do you think is going to win? You think St. Joseph's or Villanova? Who you got?
On the men's side?
Women's.
Oh, I got to go with Villanova just because I like their name. I've always been a fan of Villanova.
I kind of like the name too.
I've always
Steve,
been a
who
fan.
you got?
Hold on, let me second.
So we're going NIT women's, like Villanova Villanova
Or St. Joseph, yeah, because I mean I've got it up on my phone right now.
Villanova.
Okay. Hey, and then Illinois or Tulsa?
So we're still talking women, right?
Women's,
Illinois.
Yeah. Illinois.
Okay, so I will be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not being judgmental here or thinking about seeds or matchups or looking at stats or whatever. One of Tulsa's assistant coaches is Doug Brotherton,
Okay.
who I have known for years.
Okay.
He ran an AU program. He ran a junior college program. Doug Brotherton is an amazing coach. He's now an assistant coach at Tulsa after being a head coach at a women's private high school in Texas who, quote unquote, can't win. And all he did was win a state championship with them. So,
okay.
Give me Tulsa all day for my boy Dougie Brotherton.
And I'm sorry, it's been a little different than how Megan does it tonight, but this is my last question for you. Who do you got between Toledo and Washington State women's tonight?
Well, also not fair because Toledo's a MAC school, and I went to Central Michigan, who's a MAC school, and I got MAC love. And when Central Michigan was doing their thing, in the MAC with Coach Sue Guevara beating Buffalo with at the time, which was Coach Jack, who's now at Syracuse, by the way.
Yep, I love her.
Yep. Oh, she's amazing.
She's amazing.
She's amazing.
Seriously, you've met her, right? Like I've
had
the privilege.
I love her. Yeah, I love
honestly,
her.
You feel JJ, have you ever met her?
I've met her.
She's the reason why I understood why Megan
met her. I've met Deshea Fair.
She's just godly. Like you feel the faith and the kindness and the goodness just oozing out of her. And it's almost a spiritual event because she's such a good person. And she's JJ, you would freaking love her. She's so positive. Like honestly.
Coach Jack is fucking amazing. Like,
yeah, she is. Yeah.
Megan, I'm sorry if you're hosting and you're watching. I'm sorry.
So, quick question for you guys.
I'm sorry for swearing.
We're gonna pull it to a close real soon. But Steve, who's your start night in this game and women's WNBA or women's championship? NCAA women's. Who's your dark horse?
A dark horse?
Yeah, who you got to win it all?
Well, I'm a homer. So I have Iowa winning because Raina Harmon, Iowa's assistant coach, is a friend of mine. I love her. I love Caitlin Clark. So I have Iowa winning.
Okay.
Molly Davis, the pride of Midland Dow High School. I have them winning. So
JJ, who you got?
Yes, I have Iowa winning.
I mean, I'm still rolling with South Carolina.
I think I am too.
I just think it's their year.
I agree with you. Go Don Staley. All right, guys. Thank you.
By the way, just real quick. If anybody what would the odds be if it wasn't Iowa or South Carolina to win the national championship? Like, what would the odds be that would make you think, like you said, if you said a non-Iowa South Carolina team is going to win the championship, like, how much would the odds be that where you would feel comfortable? You'd be like, yeah, that team could win. I could see that.
I would go with UConn. I really would.
Yeah. You would go with UConn?
Just for the simple fact of the matter is, and they may haven't won in a long time, but you don't have the most titles all time as a coach and not know what the heck you're doing when you get to this point. Like, at the end of the day, at this point, it would be literally like, okay, what coach do I trust that's going to get his team in the most prepared situation to handle this particular moment? And I don't trust anybody more than Gino Auriemma. Because I remember the type of practices Rebecca Lobo and them talked about, where she said that they would have situational parts where, like, he'd be like, all right, you're down 10 with a minute left, come back and win. You're down 5 with 20 seconds left. Come back and win. Okay, you're down 25 with 2 minutes left. Come back and win. And if they didn't win, they was like, you're gonna have to figure it out. And so knowing that is how you prepare your team, I think you have a great chance of coming in here and showing people up. That's the reason why I'm hoping, and I don't know if they're in the same region, but I hope they're not. I'd love to see a Final Four matchup between Gino and South Carolina. I honestly would.
That would be what it is. That would be what it is. So NCAA's best bet on paper is South Carolina, UConn in the Final Four, Iowa and USC in the Final Four. Like that's their best matchup, if you will, because that's freaking insane. Like, oh my god, like ratings, oh my god, insane. And you'll have people like you'll have your 100 viewer Twitter of like, who cares about women's sports? And then a zillion people message after them. Like this, that would be the thing right there.
Guys, thank you so much for letting me take Megan's place. I'm really sorry. I need to go help out. Like our kitchen is flooding right now. So I'm sorry.
All right, honey.
Don't be sorry, Jen.
Great to see you guys. It was great to see you too. Play. Bye.
Bye, you guys.